Hey, what's going on, fam? Ruben here with a new video for you, and I just want to jump right into it for the sake of time. Today I wanted to talk about risk and pain, and this came up because it was kind of a theme amongst the things that I've been reading, whether that's my morning book, which is the Book of Awakening. Me and Karina sit and read it together, whether that's To Be a Man, or the past few posts I've posted on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen those, and you can go back and check those out if you haven't. And yesterday we went on a hike here in the Bay Area, the East Bay section, a place called Fremont, and the hike was called the Mission Peak Hike. And I've heard from a few people that it's a challenging hike, and I've done plenty of hikes in China and here, and I was like, oh, how difficult can this be? While we were there, it was like, you see the road, the dirt road, and you're just like, yeah, this is nothing in the beginning, right? But over time, as you're going up and you're trudging along, it's been an hour already and you still haven't reached the top, or an hour and a half, and you saw online that it said it was going to take about an hour and a half to go up, but you're still not at the top. Obviously we took breaks and stuff, but there were a lot of sections and moments where it would just be steep for a really long time, so you're utilizing a lot of your legs, right? Like your hamstrings and your calves and your quads, like everything is being used to go up these mountains. And at one point I remember thinking, like, man, when is the end? And I said it out loud at one point. Karina goes, well, it's never about the end. It's about the journey, not the destination, kind of thing, she said. And I was like, that's true. And it's something that you hear consistently, but when you're in the trenches and doing the actual thing, you don't realize it. You just kind of want it to be over. And by then, it had gotten hot, so like I had my shirt off, and it was just proving to be difficult. But then obviously within that hour and a half to 2 hours, we reached the top. It was gorgeous, it was beautiful. There was this huge view of both sides of they had the view of the valley, and then you could see the view of the East Bay of the Bay Area here in California. It was a beautiful clear sky, and it was just gorgeous. And I got a dope shot up there, which I posted on Instagram. If I'm posting this today, which is Sunday or Monday, it was posted Monday, so tomorrow, November 25th. And it felt good, right? It felt good to go through that pain, to have to go up, and you're just like trudging along. You're kind of seeing the same thing. It was great because we saw some random wild cows out there, but it made me think a lot about, like, it shows up in life, right? Like, you take the risk to go up this mountain. Like, maybe I don't want to do it, right? At one point I don't want to do it. Well, guess what? I still have to go back down. It's still going to be just as challenging, right? So I might as well just finish what I started. And I'm very much a big person and big proponent, finish what you start. It's good and bad, because if I start, like, for example, a bad show, I have to finish it. And there's been a few times where I've like stopped myself and been like, it's not worth it, this show, or like this thing is not worth it to finish. It's gonna waste so much time. But I'm such a stickler for finish what I start, right? I have to have a closure. And it's great to have closure because it doesn't stay in your mind just tickling at you, whether that's a relationship, whether that's your fitness routine, you have a 3-month plan. Like, all these things are beneficial and helpful for you to do and to end, right? And that's what I went through kind of yesterday on a smaller scale. Like, I was able to be like, oh my god, when's gonna end? But I immediately switched that. We finished, it was great. You feel elated, and all these great emotions come up for you, and you're just zenned out. And that wouldn't have happened without the risk of going to a new place, right? That would not have happened if I didn't take the risk to go up the mountain, which had signs of like warning, there's rattlesnakes around here, and we're just like, what? You know. But obviously when you're going up these things, you figure it out, and you know to your survival instincts will kick in to trust that process. And without that, you know, the pain that I'm feeling now in my legs, the soreness, it was worth it. And I'm shout out to going to the pain. And I was a post that posted, it's like, shout out to the pain that brought me here, because I was able to have a dope experience at the very top of Mission Peak. So if you're from California, I definitely recommend it. Take your time going up there, though. It's extremely steep in some parts. And make sure you wear the right sneakers, which is another thing that I didn't do. I wore just like some regular running sneakers, but up there you definitely need something with good grip, or else you'll slip, which happened multiple times. But at the end of the day, I would not have the experience that if I've never taken all the risks I've taken up until now, whether that's, you know, heading to China, meeting the right people, starting a job somewhere, kind of hating it at one point, to getting to the place where I wanted to be in this organization, to moving cross country. There was a lot of risk that I took along there where I didn't know what that was going to turn into, right? But at the end of the day, everything works out to some form or another, and you'd be surprised how that happens for you. So with that, take the risk, do the thing, fight through it, finish what you start, because trust me, at the end of the day, it will all be worth it, and you will see it only in hindsight in the future. That's the beauty of it. When you look back and you're like, wow, you know, this is what I've accomplished so far. So be proud of what you do. Alright? And with that, I'm gonna close out. This was super chill. I hope you enjoyed this video. Continue this conversation in the comments below. Much love. Send that to you. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I'll see you next week. Peace.